So here we go, John chapter 5, verse 1. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. Verse 3, in these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. I'm going to pause here and tell you something that's not in your notes. It is my understanding that what was happening with the angel troubling the water, and whoever's the first one in the water got healed, was not God's angel. This was a healing that was going on that was a counterfeit for what God was going to do. And I have some very specific reasons for understanding it that way. Now, we could, in fact, I'm putting this lesson together, and I got this whole long deal going to prove my point. But I scrapped all that because it got us too far off point. Sure, you can ask a question.
Is that why it says troubled water?
Oh, well, that's a good point. He troubled the water. That's a good point. But do you remember what the 2 hallmark signs of the kingdom were when Jesus was and his apostles, his disciples, were preaching the gospel of the kingdom? 2 hallmark signs to Israel. Remember what they were? Casting out unclean spirits, healing the sick. And that was to substantiate their message. That didn't have anything to do with that message. This was a counterfeit of that. By the way, when they came to Jesus, do you remember how many of the diseases it said he cured? How many got cured here? Only 1. And then it becomes a race, doesn't it, to see who's going to get cured. Doesn't that actually smack of something? Look, let's suppose Karen and Clifford are down sitting by the pool, waiting for the waters to get troubled. And you're going to knock them both out of the way so you can get in the water, right? Look, and the waters get troubled. If somebody is really going to respond the way God wants them to respond, when the waters get troubled, what should Clifford say to Karen? Yes. Not, hey, let me get you, let me trip you so I... Not like Linda. Okay, look. Poor Eric. Let's hope he never needs the pool. Okay. But you see what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of things that are going on there that are not... Okay, but we don't want to get off into that. But good question. Troubling is a good look at that. So thank you for that. So it says, verse 5, and a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. Brother, he must have been slow getting to the water, right? When Jesus saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he saith unto him, wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, Linda stepped... I'm sorry. It was in my head. I'm sorry. But while I'm coming, another steppeth down before me. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed. And by the way, if you're sitting by the pool, which one do you want? Do you want to wait till the water's troubled and get in? Or do you want Jesus to deal with you? See, this is different.